Hey guys, it's Karla, and today's theme, why do I always say today's theme? This week's theme is fall, but not really fall because not all of us are in fall, so it's kind of whatever season you are in. And to be perfectly honest, I hate fall. It means winter is coming, and I like looking at winter, but I don't like being in winter. And I don't really like Halloween. I like Thanksgiving because I like food. But I mean, I couldn't think of anything to talk about for Thanksgiving. So today I'm going to tell you a story that happened last fall. The end of September is in fall, right? Like, does that count? Because that's what we're counting. And it's a fun story because if you watch my other channel, Books and Other Nerdy Things, you will have heard about my best friend David. I love him to pieces, and I met him last fall. And I don't think I've told the story on the internet. I've told lots of people the story of how I met David. And so today I'm going to share my favorite story from last fall, which is how I met David. So basically, where I go to school, there's this like tram system. It's called the PRT. It stands for Personal Rapid Transit. And it basically stops at different points on the campus because our university is split up into two different campuses. There's downtown and Evansdale. And I was going to the grocery store. I got some groceries. I went to take the PRT home because I wasn't walking because it's a really far walk. And there was this guy like standing off in the corner by himself, and he was wearing a Keep Calm and Don't Blink t-shirt. And if you don't know about me, I am a huge Doctor Who nerd. And so I was like, I gotta talk to that person. And there was a lot of people there, and I don't like lots of people. I have really bad anxiety with like large crowds. So I was like, I will talk to him, it'll make this a little easier. And I ended up talking to him for a good like 45 minutes, I think, and maybe half an hour, I forget. It was a year ago now. And then we got on the PRT together with his friend Jake, who is now kind of my friend. I haven't talked to Jake in a while though. And when they got off at a different stop than me, and Jake like shouted that he lived in a certain hall, and I didn't see him again for a good 3 months until, no, 4 months, until one day it was like the end of the fall semester, so it was like mid-December, and I was working a class section of CS 101 because I do that sometimes, and CS 101 is like Microsoft Office and all that jazz, and I proctored a section with a professor, but they were doing like the evaluation day, and so I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. And on my way back, this guy just stops me and goes, "You're that girl." I'm like, alright, you gotta be more specific. And it was Jake, and he's like, "You wanna talk to him again?" And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I like gave Jake my number to give to David, and that is how our friendship started. Started in the middle of September, or the end of September, on the PRT, and I don't know, it's just my favorite story to tell people because he's one of the best people to have come into my life in a really long time. And for a good 2.5 months, when I started talking to him again, I couldn't remember his name. In my phone to this day, he is still PRT guy. I refuse to change his name. And that's kind of how I met David. That's not kind of how I met David. That is how I met David, but that's the story. Because that's really the only good thing that's come out of fall in the last couple of years, because I don't really like it all that much, except hot chocolate. I had a big cup yesterday. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my big cup of hot chocolate. I had to Instagram it because I don't use my Instagram often enough. But that is all, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye!